Is there something that you've been meaning to do but kind of putting off and you just need a little bump to get it going? Whether you're trying to leave a narcissist or you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to change your life in some other kind of big way, this video is for you. We're going to talk about how to find the catalyst that you need, the motivation that you need to move forward and change your life for real. And we're going to talk about how to get over the fear and your very own ego in the process so you can do it much faster and more effectively. Let's get started. My name is Angela Atkinson, and on this channel I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. All right, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to start off by discussing exactly what you need to know to stop waiting, stop procrastinating, and start taking action today. So take a look. Do it today. Stop waiting for the right time. There's never a better time than the present. Too often we wait for the perfect time to create important changes in our lives. For example, we wait to leave a toxic relationship, or we wait to lose weight, build a business, save money, or even have children sometimes. Instead of waiting for the perfect time, get started today and make the most of this moment. Taking action is so much better than waiting so often. Why is that? Well, because there's always a way. You can't control time, but you can control what you do with it. Rather than waiting, use your determination and your ingenuity to find a way that makes right now work for you. Take the opportunities you have and figure out how to bring them to fruition. You can always find a way. Progress is often slow, so get started as soon as you can. The sooner you get started, the sooner you're going to taste success. It can take a while to build momentum, don't get me wrong. So it only makes sense to begin building it right now. Hey, success can take time, and that's okay. How much time do you have? You don't really know. One thing, though, is for certain. You learn more. The sooner you start doing something, the sooner your education begins. You learn nothing from waiting. The more you know, the easier it is to be successful and to enjoy your life. Ignore the excuses. You can always invent an excuse to justify postponing action. Most people do this every day. Do you want the same results as most people? A year from now, you're still going to have plenty of excuses, but you won't be any closer to your goal. Forget the excuses and take action. You'll be pleased with yourself. You'll regret inaction so much more than you'll regret actions that you took. No one wants to die full of regret. Imagine you're old right now, at the end of your life. Do you think you're going to regret the things that you did? Or will you regret the opportunities you failed to act upon? No one wants to die full of regret. Taking action right now is better than waiting for the perfect moment in the future. That time will never come. Take advantage of this day and begin making progress and building momentum. Start taking action today with these strategies. First, create a plan that you can start using immediately. Your plan might include actions that you can take either today or tomorrow at the latest. Consider the likely obstacles. What's going to stand in your way? What roadblocks are you going to run into? What can you do to prepare for them? Do you have solutions? What resources are available for you? Create a reward system. Encourage yourself to take action by promising yourself something nice after accomplishing a task or two even toward your goal. Obviously, you've got a little resistance to getting started, right? Or you probably would have already done that. But by promising yourself a little reward after accomplishing a task or two toward your goal, you might get there faster. Be persistent. Make a habit of taking a small action each day. Yeah, sure, small actions might seem like they don't accomplish a lot, but the effect is cumulative. So just keep going. Life can only be lived in the present. Waiting for some unspecified magical time in the future is a huge waste of your life and your time. You can get started right here and right now. There's no time like right now to start living your life fully. What are you waiting for, my friend? By this time next year, you could either change your life significantly or you could still be stuck. Take control of your life starting today. You will be so glad that you did. All right, so I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, okay, but I'm kind of scared. I don't really want to take that leap of faith just yet. I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. Don't worry, I got you covered. This is how your ego and fear relate to your lack of ability to move forward and take action. And trust me, it's not just you. I have these moments too. Take a look. Let's talk about why your ego loves fear and what you can do to change that. Are you aware that your ego loves fear? In fact, it thrives on fear, on stress and anxiety. but holding on to fear prevents you from growing as a person and finding true happiness. But it's not really your ego's fault. It's really just trying to protect you. So what are you supposed to do? Well, what is the ego? The ego is part of who you are. It's part of your being. It reacts to the outside world and it shapes how you see it. Your ego controls how you view yourself in relation to others. But it's important to note that you do have control of this. Notice your ego's self-talk. The self-talk can be both positive and negative. You might see the ego come through in statements like, oh, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good enough. On the other hand, you might see it in thoughts like, oh, I'm perfect, I'm capable, or I'm beautiful. The ego uses I and me in these self-talk conversations. Pay attention to your fear. Since the ego is connected to the outside world and how you view yourself, fear plays a prominent part here. You might be afraid that you will look foolish. You might be scared to do something different, something new. Maybe you fear talking to other people. Your ego is fragile. It can get hurt so easily. For example, someone may say something that hurts your feelings, and you might immediately shut down and never want to talk to that person again. Well, that's your ego in action, my friend. You're hurt and you're scared of hearing them say something negative again. It is beneficial to recognize the fear, learn to adjust it, and work through it. You've got to understand your psychological fear here. In some situations, fear is necessary and it does help you stay alive, right? Preserve you. But the fear that comes from your ego is psychological and unnecessary. Fear of the unknown or being in a dark alley is normal. This is your gut trying to save you from a dangerous situation. On the other hand, fear of talking to a safe crowd at a conference is your ego talking. See what I mean? Psychological fear can be damaging, intrusive, and even distracting, and it can lead to anger and resentment. Recognize your fear and worry. Fear and worry often appear together. Anxiety can lead you to fear and vice versa. These two things are linked, so it's really hard to separate them. However, if you recognize that worry is the real issue, then fear won't really have a chance to take over. You can control how much you worry, so fear doesn't have a chance to stop you. Learn to be present in the moment. By learning to be present and observing your fear from a distance, you can control it. Awareness is the key to conquering fear created by the ego. Once you're aware of how your ego is creating fear and anxiety, well, then you can observe it and learn to shape it. You have the power to stop the fear in your mind. It's really important that you remember that all the negative scenarios in your head don't have to happen in real life. They can stay as imaginary issues. They may never materialize or cause you heartache. All right, this brings me to the question of the day. And the question of the day is, have you experienced what I'm talking about here? Have you struggled to get moving on something important in your life, some big life change that you want to fix and you just can't quite put your finger on it yet? If you have, share your thoughts, share your experiences and your ideas in the comment section below. And if you haven't, is this video giving you a little push that you need today? Let me know your thoughts. I'm really interested in hearing them. Let's have a good discussion about this. Make sure you take a look at the links in the cards above and in the description below. The links I'm sharing in those places will help you to kind of stay motivated and keep moving forward in your recovery and in your life. All right, that's all I've got for you right now. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.